holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a 1st down.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Lost a throw on 1st down. Under fire. He is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
The Orange just need to get some of that yardage back here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Got a man. It's Willis. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Syracuse right back at it. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We're already in the 1st quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy. Or
hauls it in, the 1st down and more. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Syracuse. Setting up for the extra point after the 1st score of the game.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Brown wants to pass. He's moving out of the pocket. Rolling right and going deep. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
Looks to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Got him downfield. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
It's caught downfield. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. And the Bulls are rolling down the field. Looking to throw again. Buys a little time with his feet. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, he was rolling to his right, and because of that, I don't know if it affected the timing between him and his wide receiver. They just weren't on the same page on that one as the defense comes away with the INT.
The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Quarterback making adjustments. Here's the snap, looking to throw. With the catch, it's Cook. Pulled down for the tackle.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Quick release by the QB. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
Looking to throw on first down. Here's a hit. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. The give out of the gun. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The Orange, undaunted, they'll still go for it here on fourth down to open the second quarter. He'll take it himself. Well, the offense did fall on that loose football, but it won't matter much as they turn it over on down. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. They'll get this drive going from the 17. On the run. It's Norton. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Bulls want to move quickly. Brown will throw it. Going deep. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Might be calling a hot route. To the air on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball.
Makes the grab, and he will score. Touchdown, Orange.
And how about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense. And number 3 is coming soon.
And the point after is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Brown wants to pass. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Keeps it himself and gets the first. There he goes. It's a running room. They run him out of bounds after a gargantuan gain on the play. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10.
This is exactly why nobody wants a Jesse Palmer. You want quarterbacks that can do that. Look at him, pick him up, put him down, just chewing up yards. It was supposed to be a pass, now turns it into a huge gain. Jesse Palmer never could do that.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Throws for the tight end. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Got some room to run. Bust through. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Cuse. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He wants to take the top off. Makes the catch down the right side. Finds a seam. Touchdown Bulls! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
The quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Maybe if he could have eluded just 1 or 2 more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Offense changing the play. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up.
Well, if at first you succeed, try again. They've already linked up twice for touchdown passes, so no question the quarterback here still in the 1st half looking for his go-to guy, but you got to give the defense credit there. They were expecting it. They were able to make sure.
He's going to throw deep right side. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he got a little bit greedy, and David, the defense made him pay.
And this defense has seen it time and time. They've been throwing the football, having success. Nice job of...
And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Finds a tight end. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the 1st down, and they like to do this. When they make a 1st down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
That's caught. It's Ross. He gets right to the edge of the red zone. He's out of bounds at the 20.
At the pace this guy's going at right now, this could be a record-setting type day. This could be a game for the ages for this dude. He already has 2 touchdowns, picks up that first down. This is still the first half, guys. What is this guy capable of doing in the rest of the game? We're going to find out.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Quarterback may change this route. Second down, he'll throw it. Rushes on him. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. The sudden change on the turnover, man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
I mean, this game has to feel like a living nightmare for this quarterback. We're still in the first half, and this guy, with all the interceptions he's thrown, with all the inaccurate balls, nothing is going right. They have no semblance of a passing game because they simply cannot establish a rhythm under center.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Brown will throw it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Going up top. Makes the grab, ready for the first down. Touchdown, USF! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And that is such a backbreaker for the defense. 4th and long, they're expecting throw that time. Everybody's got their eye on the QB, and still somehow they let the guy get in behind him for the long touchdown. That simply cannot happen.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They'll move the tight end. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got a man, it's Gill. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Syracuse right back at him. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quarterback adapting. He's going to run it. At the 35, he's loose. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take.
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Going the other way, and he's got room. At the 30. He's at the touchdown, South Florida. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And he made the extra point without problem. got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. Fielded in the end zone, it's Ross. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Handoff from the shotgun. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw on first down. Moving away from pressure. Snagged in the middle. It's Cook. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the right. Already find a hole in that secondary. Touchdown, Syracuse. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming. We're just about ready to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Ross. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Going right to work up top. The sure hands. It's Willis. Oh, he's got some space. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Offense gets set for second down. They'll run play action. Pulls it in. It's Cook. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Orange line up here on 3rd and inches. They'll try to get the first through the air. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And I'm not surprised the defense blitzed, right? 3rd and inches, I got to get a stop. I got to get so many guys up there to get ready. I am surprised, though, on the other end. Why did the offense throw the football? They decided to throw it, and, man, did they pay for it. Big-time loss. 3rd and inches, all you had to do is run the football.
That's it fly. And the incomplete pass, they rolled the dice. Snake eyes.
That is a great job by this defense, coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on 4th down.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. That's reeled in. It's Singleton. Turning it on. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 18.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They're working that left side. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Brown wants to pass. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. That earlier sack really set them back, but they'll still go for it here. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Unleashes one deep. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down, they were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
Leaves it with the running back. Thrust that arm out. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Fight. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. How about that play on the ground? They get him out of bounds at the 34.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Great job by the defense not falling asleep on that play. Like, you're right there in that fringe area, this part of the field where offenses will get a little bit aggressive and try to throw the football because they kind of think the field's shrinking, is harder to run. Nice job staying on it, staying disciplined, and executing by this defense.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
And this QB's had some success, man, throwing to the football in the end zone. Like 3 touchdown passes today. Nice job by the defense responding, right? Don't give up more big plays. Understand he's going to be aggressive and take shots.
He's stopped right at the 29-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. Syracuse right back at it. He wants to change this route. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a grab past the marker. Touchdown, Orange. Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. A remarkable grab just keeps piling up scores.
I'm about to say remarkable day. I mean, a remarkable career. Goodness gracious. This is the day that you just dream about having. You have these days in high school, but not in college. You're like, dang, this is as good as it gets. Nobody can stop him. He's absolutely in the zone.
On the move from inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Brown will throw it. He's taking the shot. He's got it to the 43-yard line and a 1st down for this offense.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
They're going to run it. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
At the 45, on his way. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Pulls it in. It's Norton. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Bulls come to the line with a new set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Fires to the tight end. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. The give. And they'll knock him down for a 5-yard loss. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The play action fake. Now adjusting. His defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
And I feel like this defense is starting to pick up on this quarterback's MO. You've seen it, right? Like, time and time again, he is willing to scramble. He wants to carry the football, kind of apprehensive, maybe doesn't want to make a mistake. I'd love to see him maybe hang in that pocket just a little more.
Touchdown, Bulls. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Yeah, I love the little play-action fake. You get inside the 5, you're thinking run as a defense, come up, be physical, and they slip those guys right behind you, throw it over the top of you. Man, those are tough to defend. Nice little play action by this offense.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Coming out with it, it's Willis. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. This drive will open from the 15. To the ground with the back. Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20 and pick up a 5.
And every coach in America has a plan for this situation. The first 4 minutes of the game, the last 4 minutes of the game. How I'm going to construct my offense. Most of the time, I got to be physical. Run the football like right here. Run that clock. Get a few first downs, and I can end this football game on offense.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. They're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
Off the RPO, complete. Plows through the defense.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
He's got enough to give Syracuse the first down.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Motion from the wide receiver. Trying play action. Grab behind the line. It's Gill. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
Flushed out of the pocket. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
This offense isn't calling the dogs off in this game. We're here late. They're still taking shots, and a big reason why is how good this quarterback has been all game long. 4 touchdown passes. He's reading the defense. He's playing in rhythm. He's throwing on.
Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
And how about this offense, man? They put the ball in the hands of the guy they trust the most. 4th down, need a conversion. You want to salt this clock away. You want this game to end with you guys possessing the football. Big 4th down conversion.
This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11.
I know you took a loss on 1st down there trying to run the football, but you've got the lead, and you've got to continue to run the football. And this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against the defense that knows you're going to do it.
Quick catch on 3rd down. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Quickly out to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it. 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Going for 6. And it's caught for a touchdown, and that might do it.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Alexis. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Brown wants to pass. He's taking a deep shot. He holds it in, and nobody's close. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. That was the definition of a quick strike, and now we'll see if they can turn that huge play into points. Motion from the back. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Got nothing last time. Now 2nd and goal from the 3. Now the pitch. Touchdown Wolves! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And that's step 1. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
He's looking to pass. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Just over a minute to go, and if they have a chance, they've got to come up with this onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, though.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with a W.
Runs through a tackle. He's got enough to give Syracuse the first down.
Well, short yardage situation, they decide to go with the toss play. And nice job up front, getting a little bit of push. That's all they needed to get that first.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. A strike downfield. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Cuse.
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a 2-possession game. And guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
And the extra point makes this a 13-point game here in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Brown will throw it. Pocket breaking down. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left. It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Wants to go up top. Oh, they're after him. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
You know, David, I love defenses that stay aggressive, especially at this point of the field. They've got pass rushers on this unit with speed and that are aggressive and that can win one-on-one, and you saw it right there.
And there's 2 thought process.
He's going for a big play downfield. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Well, this was an